Hello, and today we are going to do a demonstration for Talk to the Text. I'm going to show a couple strategies that I use when I'm going through and conducting research, just some ways that I kind of track what I need to know or things that I need to research further. So for what we're going to do today is I'm going to highlight parts, I'll add comments, just mental notes for myself to go back and either I think this is what's happening, or this is going to attach to my research question, or, do I need to look into this further? I will highlight also names in blue and places or other important things that I don't know about in green. It's just so I can color code my research and understand what I'm doing here. I got this article on the Little Rock desegregation crisis from ABC Clio's the African American Experience database. So that's what we are going to use today. So just starting, Little Rock desegregation crisis. So I would ask, why was this a crisis? What was happening? Why was it a big deal? Why do I need to know about this? So what was the crisis? Why is this important? And even why Little Rock? Why not somewhere else in the country? So post the comment. Okay, it says attempts to desegregate Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas in the 1950s became national news when Governor Orville Faubus deployed the state's National Guard to prevent 9 African American students from entering the school. So that's a lot in this one sentence. So I don't know who the governor is, so I am going to highlight him and so that I can go and look later to see why he was important. Why was he a central figure? I would also say that I would like to know more about the 9 African American students, why these 9 decided to try to go to this school. So I'm going to put a comment. Who are the 9? And why did they choose this high school? Were they in school before? In another school? So let's go there. And then I would say the crisis drew attention to the enforcement of Brown versus the Board of Education's decision and fueled the growing civil rights movement. Okay, so I would like to know more about the Brown versus Board of Education. Like, why was that such a pivotal thing? It seems like it's causing a lot of animosity and chaos, especially if the governor pulled in state's guardsmen to keep these 9 children out of school. So I would want to know, what is the Brown versus Board of Education? What did it do? And then how did this fit into the civil rights movement? Why was this, how did they impact the civil rights movement, or how did the civil rights movement impact them? Movement. How did they, how did they further the movement? Or I would say even, did they help or hurt the movement? And then I would put comment, save it, and then, so we'll go for the next chapter or paragraph. It says, on the surface, Little Rock was ready for integration. The student body of the University of Arkansas's Graduate Center was about 5% or 50% African American. Libraries, parks, and buses were already integrated. No one expected Little Rock to become a battleground over school integration, but the roots of segregation ran deep in the city. So here it's telling me that this should not have been such a huge issue. So why? Why was it? If they were ready for it, why then did it become a huge issue? So why did it, and what were the roots for the hate and the segregation? If the city was ready for integration, why was it such a huge problem? What was the driving force for continued segregation? So that is just where I would start, kind of taking notes and keeping my thoughts, and continue that on through the rest of the article to try to figure out if I can answer some of the questions that I've had and how I could go and research the things that I have highlighted and that I feel would further connect to the research that I'm doing.